Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. What a game of cricket! Mumbai Indians versus Kolkata Knight Riders. I have Mumbai Indians fan punter with me, and I have Don. uh,
Say SRH fan Don.
yeah,
Who's
SRH
still
SRH fan.
below us.
Yeah.
Don. Mumbai, or whatever. Sunrise always behind Mumbai. Like Mumbai now 3 losses, Sunrisers 2. But what a game!
Going for
What a
three.
game of cricket, man! I can't believe what happened. Let's just start off with Pat Cummins and end with Pat Cummins, man.
I think let's just talk only about Pat Cummins. That's all we need to do.
We got a message in the morning that Saudi over Cummins.
He clearly, as a Mumbai fan, wanted that. He knew this was going to happen.
I understood where he was coming from, but then that's what Pat Cummins brings, right? He brings with the bat, and he's done it before in the IPL, and today he did it again. It might not happen every game, but he's got you the 2 points, and that's what you need as a thing. But clean hitting, man. He started off with Bumrah and then went through the bowling attack. Don, your thoughts?
I mean, I was just talking to Punter before, like before you joined. I was just telling him, I will continue to take your case for a while, but at some point, like you just have to tip your hat to a great innings and just be like, well done, move on from here. There's not much you could have done. Yes, Mumbai, poor polling, this, that, everything. But if you're gonna have that kind of an innings where you're gonna score 56 or 15 balls, then there's no way. That's like a 6 sixes Yuvraj Singh situation, except he didn't hit 6 sixes, but he got a no ball and some runs. So 36 run over. After that, the game is over. In a 160 run chase, if you get a 36 run over, there's no way you're coming back from that. Even
He
in a
actually did
200
hit six
run,
sixes, but
yeah,
not in a row.
yeah, yeah. Overall, he hit 6 sixes. Correct. Yeah, just not in a row. So even in a 200 run chase, this would have been like catastrophic for the bowling team. So yeah, a lot we can talk about Mumbai, but in this situation, you just have to tip your hat off to Pat Cummins and just move on from there.
Yeah, I mean, we saw glimpses in Mumbai's batting as well. We saw glimpses with the ball as well, some good field setting, but then one guy just stole the show. But Punter, the narrative in the commentary box, I didn't understand that. They kept saying that Mumbai were on top, although they took wickets, but it was just 60 or 40. The run rate was gettable. So you don't even need an innings like this. Even if, Pat Cummins hit 50 or 30 balls, they would have won the game. So I didn't understand that, like where they were saying that Mumbai is on top, Mumbai. So I understood there was wickets going, but chasing as well, and they weren't chasing 180, they were chasing 160, and they kept saying that even before Russell came in. I think they were for three, and they kept talking about the run rate going to nine. It's creeping up. Nine is nothing in this format.
Maybe they were talking regarding the pitch, and then like Mumbai got lucky in the last over by Pollard's two sixes, but
Yeah.
those were also edges, right? He didn't actually hit them, so maybe that was the thing in their mindset. But my question is to the KKR management: who the hell thought of sending Cummins over Sunil Narayan? So usually Sunil Narayan comes in that number, and I was hoping that Sunil Narayan only comes in, but they sent Pat Cummins because of his past two innings against Mumbai Indians.
Yep,
Yeah,
and also, yeah, exactly. He's done it before, right? So they've seen that the matchup against Bumrah. That's what they looked at, and they sent him. And we all thought it'll be Andre Russell's day. It was Pat Cummins and Don. Man, that's the scary thing about KKR. They have Russell, and now they have Cummins, and this middle lower order is freaky. You have Narayan there as well.
and Sam Billings can hit a sweet
Yeah.
ball as well. So this is a solid side. Like we were talking about it even before the game or the team started. They have one or two gaping holes, but every team has a hole. But I feel like Nitish Rana's form is an issue for them. Ajinkya Rahane up top, he started off well, but the past couple of games has been kind of quieted down a little bit. But this is a good bowling side and a pretty solid middle order. Every it's like a dream middle order. It's like having the Pandya brothers and Pollard in the middle, which is not there anymore. But you know, everyone used to be scared of that Mumbai Indians middle order when it was in full swing, and that they won 3 championships on the basis of that. So it's just fantastic that that KKR has been able to maintain that kind of a team. And if you notice, almost the whole team is very similar to what they had last time. Like even after the big auction, they were able to maintain a big core. And even the players that they bought back were similar kind of players. You see, you're used to seeing Rana, you're used to seeing Cummins, you're used to seeing Mavi in the KKR jerseys, and they continue to be there along with the 4 retentions. The 7 or 8 players that are still same team. They have, of course, they have a couple additions, but very valuable additions at that. Which Shreyas Iyer being the captain and Sam Billings as a proper wicket keeping batsman as well. So hats off. They had a good auction, and now they are showing. They're showing their skills in the matches as well. And Shreyas Iyer said in the presentation, and that's a little worrying, is that he's saying we haven't played our best cricket yet. So
Yeah.
when they come out to play their best cricket, God knows what's going to happen.
I was impressed that he said that. Like, it just shows that they're still striving for more. He's not satisfied with what's happened so far, and even I feel that they've won with some individual brilliances, and as a team, there's still improvements, but points are points on the table, and that's what they have right now. And
6 out of 8, you can't ask for more.
yeah, Umesh Yadav as well. Again, a wicket, excellent economy rate. He almost did. He did half the job. I asked him. He picked up Rohit Sharma. He didn't get Ishan Kishan, but excellent bowling. Punter, we were all talking about Virat Kohli, but Rohit Sharma with the bat was very poor today. Strike rate of 25, 3 of 12. That could be game changer, man. That could be a game changer if you're like you're playing 12 balls. If Rohit Sharma scores like a 20-25, you're chasing 180 instead of 160.
Well, he can always cover that
Yeah.
12 balls. But the only thing is that in the start, the ball was swinging and doing a bit was difficult. He was still going for it. It didn't look like he was just placing the ball. He was actually charging down the track and trying to hit those shots. Unlucky to get out, that's okay. We know Rohit can come back
I like
strong.
how it changes when you're talking about Rohit.
No, but,
No,
but
but
that's
yeah.
that's what it is. Like if you see, he wasn't like nervous or he was trying to defend the ball all the time or just trying to look for singles. He was still going for shots. That's Rohit for you. That's how he plays, and nothing different. Whereas for Virat, it's totally different current situation. So don't compare both of them. You can always take my case for Rohit. I'm still not a big Rohit fan. What people think, I'm still a
You're
Sachin Tendulkar fan. So nothing can beat that. And yes. Unfortunate for Rohit. If he was lucky, even that top edge could have gone for a six. We saw so many top edges go for a six. Even Venkatesh Iyer's top edge in the the
yeah.
second last over before the game ended, not the
Yeah.
game's second last
Yeah.
over, went for a top edge and fell in no man's land. So that's the thing. It's your day, it's
And I
your day.
think, yeah, I think one thing about Rohit Sharma, yes, you don't have to be too worried about it because he's always going to come back with an innings. The problem that the thing that was funny today was almost every batsman struggled. Even the likes of Surya Kumar and Tilak, when they had to take their time to get going, and when they got going, their strike rate was 120. And then you suddenly have a man like Pat Cummins come in, like even anyone in the KKR team was just struggling. Even Venkatesh Iyer was really struggling, but he just stuck it out. And then you have a guy come in and have a strike rate of 377. Well, it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's also what's it called from Pat Cummins' side. Like it looked like he was playing on a different pitch, right? Absolutely,
Pretty much.
yeah, he's
Everyone was talking about how spongy it is and how it
yeah,
was gripping onto the surface and
yeah.
stuff like that. But
We
for
saw
him,
Ishan Kishan struggle so much.
Yeah,
yeah,
but the thing is for me, like when I see that batting order, I see Brevis, he batted really well. 29, 19, Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar. I need my top two to perform because if you just look at history wise, but also even in the current season, the opening partnership is very crucial when you want to win games and everything. And you have two of the best openers in the league, Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma, and that's where I think Mumbai need to score runs because yes, you can blame the bowlers and everything, but you know that you have a problem in the bowling. You know there's issues there. You don't have a Bolt, you don't have Archer right now, but you have your top two batsmen. You need one to fire. I'm not every game, like I'm not, but it's been. I know Ishan Kishan made a 80, but in the last three games that I've noticed, Rohit Sharma not get going. Ishan Kishan, apart from one innings, not really going. So I think that's where you need one of them, or even Surya Kumar. Those three, you need them to go on another gear. I feel that's the only thing. Yeah, but
Well, the thing is, if you see in the start of the season, Mumbai Indians were nowhere when it started in 2008. It took time for them to rebuild and make a team, and then start off. Now, currently, we see we don't have good bowlers. The batting order is still being changed, but getting Surya in changed the whole dynamic of the middle order of Mumbai Indians. Even Brevis coming in for Tim David, good change. I thought Tim David would play and Sams wouldn't play. But obviously, you need that bowler. But we saw Tilak Verma can bowl. He bowled pretty well as well, that 1 over. So hopefully some changes here and there, and then they're back on track. Maybe like how you said last year, let SRH skip this year and focus on the next year. I don't even
Already,
mind saying that. Not so soon. I'm not saying that so soon, but I'm saying I don't even mind that because I'm okay. I'm okay with that scenario with Mumbai as well.
yeah. I mean, if five-time champions, you can afford to talk like that, so it's okay.
Exactly. Yeah, Mohammed, Gorbo, Lodbo, Jeetbo.
It's okay for Pantu to say that Akash Amania was watching him the whole game.
He
He's
was
not
so upset.
thinking that way.
Well,
He
it's
didn't know
totally
what
his
hit him,
fault.
bro, after that.
It's totally his fault. He left Bolt. He left Rahul Chahar. We've seen what Bolt is doing. We've seen what Rahul Chahar is doing. So,
But the
and
thing is,
they
the
went
point
for
is,
cheap. They didn't
like
even go for big bucks.
every team has left players. Every team has left. What's his name? RCB left Chahal, but they still beat him. So like it happens. You do lose players, and I still think Mumbai have a good team. And you know what the good thing is about Mumbai? It's the likes of Tilak Verma, of course, Brevis as well today. Then Surya Kumar, of course, he's a great player, but these guys performing. Now it's just about the big guns. Once Pollard, Rohit, and Ishan start hitting, they still have a very good chance. They have a very good team. I still feel they have a good team.
I
What
think
can
you're
you do? Your
giving you're giving Ishan too little credit. 136 in the first two games. Today he didn't perform, but he performed in the first two.
Yeah, maybe. But how much did he get in the last game?
I think
50,
50,
53.
He
and
did?
then 80 in
Yeah,
the first
two
and 50 in the
50s. Two
last.
back-to-back
Yeah,
50.
so that's what I'm saying. Even with him, they're still losing. So there's some. It is
The
the
problem
bowling
is
for
the
sure.
bowling. The
It
bowling is
is
The
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 bowling.
problem
bowling.
is just the bowling.
I don't know, man. I just feel
Maybe try Meredith in the next game.
bowling as
I
well.
mean,
Bumrah, whenever they
spare a
get him,
thought for spare a thought for Daniel Sams because I think his career in the IPL is short lived now. Poor guy, I feel terrible
Yeah,
because
he's a
he's
good fielder. He took good catches,
good
but
catches and he's very handy with the bat as well. But if you're gonna have to hit for 36 runs, I feel like your confidence is gonna shatter and then it's gonna be a little
yeah.
hard.
Abu
uh,
Bakr is saying by end May Ambani will come through. Abu Bakr Ambani is saving money for rights for TV rights for next year, so he doesn't want to spend any
it's
money
not
this
only that. Also,
Chelsea Football Club.
there's also Gujarat in the building. That's another thing. So
year. No, you
there's
don't know
competition now.
what's the future plan. It's Amazon versus Geo for the rights, so you see what's going to happen.
Yeah,
But the intent,
he's up against it.
I knew, like I felt something when I saw them Gujarat raise the banner for Arjun Tendulkar and took it to 30 lakhs. Once they did that, or 25 lakhs, when they raised the banner, I knew that Mumbai Indians power is slipping a bit, and it's
I mean,
happening
of
slowly,
course, but there is the good thing. The good thing about the IPL is, I mean, of course, there are things that happen under the table and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's regulated. Both teams have 90 crores to work with. Now, how will they work with? It's up to them, right? So, I mean, if you leave it to being open, then Ambani and Adani go over, and then like someone like a Sunrisers is probably out of the picture, or for that matter, anybody else. There's no comparison to those guys. So it's heavily regulated, which is good in a way. So yes, there will be these small things. There will be these 10, 20 lakh trying to make the other person kind of a situation. But I think Ambani is looked at the future. I think he's looked at 3 years down the line. He's looked at maybe okay, this season if we don't do that well, he knows that next season he's going to be strong. So with Archer coming back, this team suddenly changes complexion completely.
it changed the complexion. Also, there's a lot of talk about the spinner, but Morgan Ashwin bowled well today. Punter, it was a positive. He picked up wickets
Yeah.
as well. And honestly, I felt even Taiwan Mills bowled amazing. He bowled better than Bumrah, in my opinion, but he got those inside edges and dropped a catch also, I think, Ishan Kishan down the leg side of
The
Shreyas Iyer.
only problem is he gets too predictable. If he,
But
as
very unlucky
commentators
today. Very unlucky, I felt.
the commentators keep telling that Talon Mills has the best slower ball. He didn't use that slower ball today at all. He was bowling short, and then he had the field set for the short ball for Cummins, and then he bowls a full ball. So, like, come on, you are playing for international. You represented England as well in the T20 World Cup. You need to use your brains after these first two games. I give him a break from the first two games. You are a smart bowler. You should come back strong. You need that,
I
and
felt he was
you keep
unlucky in
landing
his
in the nets, right?
first 2 overs. He was very unlucky though. Like even when he came back, that Venkatesh Iyer, it just missed the stump. He was very
Yeah.
unlucky. Like 3 4 boundaries were like it's not his fault at all. That's what I felt. I felt he bowled better than Bumrah. Bumrah again, his economy was okay, 8, but first it was Russell, like he hit a boundary, I think, and then Cummins. They started off with Bumrah, they attacked him, and that's something which is a bit strange because normally batsmen don't attack Bumrah, they try to go single double, but it's a bit unique to see and I think Don, you have to give credit to McCullum for that, right? His kind of
Yeah,
strategy,
yeah,
aggressive going after the best bowler. It's an Australian mentality thing, but
New Zealand.
McCullum has that in him.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think we've seen it. We've always seen it. He's just been that kind of player that he's been that kind of a player. He has his heart on his sleeve, and then as a coach as well, he's that kind of a coach. He just has that elite mentality of you see that at the England setup as well. When with Ian Morgan's side, they just go all out. They'll have days where they won't come off, but when it does, it just looks fantastic, and that's what we saw today. So I mean, hats off to Brendan after the way he came back after the break of last season as well to come back and go into the finals. Of course, they ended up losing that one, but and then continuing that kind of form here, 3 out of 4 wins is credit to them, and is credit to the Venki Mysores and stuff like that as well, who are giving that kind of faith and keeping that kind of faith in this team, and it is seeking the rewards now.
Yep, and I think we
My
have
question, my question to both of y'all. I don't know if y'all heard Ravi Shastri's comment. He said that it didn't make sense to keep Bumrah for Russell, his 3 overs for Russell. He bowled 1 over 2 runs. Do you agree with him, or he should have bowled one more over, or it should have been the same?
it was going well though. It was
Yeah,
going well until Pat Cummins came. It was
yeah,
going well. It was for me. It was that Pat. He should have got Pat Cummins out, like that kind of thing.
yeah.
I think Rohit Sharma got his captaincy. Well,
I
I know a lot of Virat Kohli fans won't like me saying this, but he didn't. But I'm more upset about Rohit Sharma's strike rate. His captaincy, I felt, was really good. But I think the bowlers messed up, including Bumrah. Yes, his economy was okay, but he messed up against Pat Cummins as well. That's where you have the bowlers have to take. I think. Yeah, there will be times. I think in the last game, Rohit Sharma did make a few mistakes, but he's also understanding the situation. But now he will get under the pump in terms of captaincy. But today, you were saying that should he have bowled him earlier? But what was the need? You were getting wickets. Murugan Ashwin was getting you the wickets.
Yeah, I think captaincy wise, I think Rohit is outstanding. He never really puts a foot
After
down.
three
But
losses, you're saying that, bro.
that's a captaincy wise. Only captaincy wise, he's usually outside. But the problem is personal. He's struggling with personal. So I was just thinking right after the game, I was just
But that
thinking of
also
what.
done. That also done. Right now, I agree with you. But that also we can't stretch it because we've
Of
seen
course,
Dhoni win it with the likes of Albie Morkel and all what's his name, Mohit Sharma and these guys.
yeah, but I, I,
And
I feel
and
like I feel
Warner
like
won it with Vipul Sharma.
I feel like it's difficult but personal is always a problem. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, just think about this. I was just thinking about this from Mumbai Indians point of view. If I just look at it, you bring out Tama Mills and Daniel Sams. Okay, you just pull them out and you put in an Archer, and then you buy let's say an Adam Zampa in the auction next season. Suddenly, this team is 25 times better, and then they'll challenge for everything. So it's just a matter of like 19-20 का फर्क बोलते हैं ना. That's kind of how it is. Like it's just a matter of small margins. Uh, I don't think Mumbai should be too upset about today. They should just like I said, tip the hat off to Pat Cummins. But you're getting to a point where another loss becomes very difficult. So you need like 3 or 4 wins now on the trot. Then maybe you can afford to lose a game. But I think I'm trying to be nice to Punter because I expect the same from him when Sunrisers have. You better be nice to me if Sunrisers go through the same fate. But
My only problem is CSK has already lost 3, so
that's
they
my
are
biggest
coming
problem.
and
When we
playing
play the
against
they're
SRH.
coming as a success.
So
That's
you
my problem.
you never know
I
what's going
like
to
it how
happen
we're all
there.
in the same boat, man.
पूरे पिंडे में ले रहे हैं, so it's like a big problem.
Abu Bakr saying
तीनों
KL,
पूरे पिंडे में.
Abu Bakr mentioned a lot of players and like KL, Virat, Surya, Shreyas, Samson, Kishan, Hardik, Venki, Pant, Rahul Dravid and selectors will have a lot of tough decisions to make for the T20 World Cup. But also, how are you going to use the IPL as a barometer, or like will India play a few T20s before that? Is the Asia Cup, right? I think the Asia Cup will be a better kind
Yeah,
of.
I think in the past also we've seen some people who not performed so well in the IPL have still made the Indian team and have done well for India. So I
They
think
made a
IPL,
mistake last time. They took Rahul Char because his first half of the season, and they
yeah,
didn't take Chahal, and it didn't really work out. So there's
yeah.
certain things.
Overall, I think you just have to see like, and you have to be very. It's a difficult one, because you play so much IPL. You play 3 months of IPL. That you can't not take that into account. So, but you ease players in, like you ease a Venkatesh Iyer in, like, and he's doing okay for India now. So
Yeah.
you have to ease them in. It's gonna be, it's like Abubakar said, it's gonna be extremely difficult, but it's gonna be again fine margins on which a player who will, there will be few people who will be upset for not being picked, but you need more complete packages. And if there are any weaknesses, that's going to take they take a toll on their thing. I will be very, very harsh, but I think Shreyas Iyer with the short ball situation, as much as he's a great captain, I think that's going to be a problem when selections are happening, because
Yeah.
this is
Again
going to happen
today.
in Australia. They're
Again
gonna,
today.
and in Indian pitches, if he's getting pumped like that, for an Australian pitches, let's imagine it at the Gabba, they're just going to bowl him chest height all the time, and he's going to have the same Suresh Raina issue.
Yeah, and Abu Bakr Singh, Albi Morkel was good. Yeah, he was good, but like Dhoni turned him into like a Ben Stokes. Maybe I gave a wrong example. Shadab Jakati, maybe him, like picking up 4 5 plus. Mohit Sharma, he's
Bichara
used.
Mohit Sharma, from being there to now be, he's a dead bowler with Delhi
Dead
apparently.
bowler in
Yeah,
Delhi.
Joginder Sharma, these kind of players. I'm saying like how Dhoni utilizes. So like that's what like my thing was. I think strongest teams till now, punter.
Definitely RR for me, even though they lost yesterday. Uh, Once Toynus comes in, then even Lucknow and
KKR,
KKR looking strong as well after Cummins
Gujarat,
batting there. I'm sorry?
Gujarat.
Gujarat, I feel they're a fluke team. Except for bowling,
It's like
they're just a fluke team. You need
it's
like
like
a
a true
Shubman
it's
Gill
like a
or
true
a Hardik
Ambani fan.
Pandya
Yeah,
to work out.
like a true Ambani fan talking against Adani.
I'm telling you, the rivalry
Yeah.
is on. But I'll try to elaborate kind of on that. I understand where he's coming from. I think it's a disjointed team who are
Yeah,
doing really well.
yeah.
So, but they still have some quality players. Punter only mentioned Hardik Pandya the match winner, but there's Rashid Khan, there's Ferguson, there's Shami. They
No,
have
I'm
some
saying
really good
the
players.
bowling is pretty good. The bowling is
Yeah.
pretty good. So they need like a Shubman Gill to work up or a Hardik Pandya in between. Otherwise, it's like a fluke team. David Miller is
But
not going to make you win
then
any
you have
matches for you.
Tiwatia, he comes and hits. You have Miller
Come
hits.
on,
Bro, but
he needs
but
he can't make like a 80 odd runs. He'll make you like those 50 or those 40 odd runs in like
I
quick
have a
balls,
question
but
for you.
he
But
won't make you get you.
if there's no
I'm
due,
sorry.
if there's no due and they score 160, 170, they can defend it. So you don't really need like a big innings.
True. Yeah, if they make
That's
160,
what I
170
understand.
batting first.
Like my reasoning is different, but I'm the same. Like you're saying fluke team, I'm saying disjointed. I like it's similar thinking that there is issues in that team, and they're
Yeah.
basically we're both saying they're overperforming. Then they, but I think I agree with you there. Like, but if momentum is going with you, Hardik Pandya right now has the thing is
the problem is that batting, bowling is fantastic, but batting,
Yeah.
boss, you're talking about Shubman Gill, you're talking about Wade, who doesn't even open for Australia. It's like a stopgap arrangement. You have Vijay Shankar at three. We all know how the problems with that. Then you're playing Hardik at four, but Hardik should not be at four. Hardik's your finisher, but he's being made to play the sheet anchor. That's the problem. Then you're playing David Miller, who's been around for a long time and really not performed that well. And then you're bringing Rahul Tewati at six, which I think is one position too early.
yeah.
Yes, he can give you those runs,
It's a
but he's
good
more of
call.
a
Yeah,
number seven or eight.
yeah.
So that's my problem.
What both of you guys are saying, I think, like if they do like collapse and they lose games, I won't be surprised either. I think they can.
Eventually, I think this will get they will be found out. They started well, but I think eventually they'll be found out.
Who are the foreigners on bench?
They have that Gurbaz, what's it,
Gulbuddin. No, not Gulbuddin.
Gulbuddin.
Gurbaz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's an all
Afghanistani
right,
batsman. Yeah.
all right opening
And
batsman. But the problem is his wicket keeper. Who's gonna wicket keeper if you remove
You
Wade?
know, you know what would have
So,
been the perfect buy for them if they can still like go and get him is Sterling from Ireland. He would have been perfect in this team. He comes in, smashes it. I don't know if you saw him in the PSL.
but bro, how will you remove Wade? Who will wicket keep then for you?
Uh,
That's the biggest problem. The reason they have them is up his Wade, because otherwise you'll have to bring in a Saha,
so,
who's
but
the only other wicket keeper there.
don't they have only Lockie, Wade, and Miller?
Rashid.
Rash.
And
Yeah.
You're forgetting about the main match winner, man. You forget.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah, I think this wraps up this game. Unanimous Pat Cummins player of the match. What an innings, man. I'm just happy he didn't come against Sunrisers this year. We'd have to hear a lot.
you wouldn't be surprised if it
so I
did.
will give Pat Cummins.
Get out!
Yeah.
Get out of this.
How can he be the player of the match? He got smashed.
Bro, okay, I tell you. You want me to explain to you? Read out his figures, bowling figures. Done 4 overs. How many runs?
49,
How many
48
runs?
runs. 48
49,
runs.
49,
20,
49,
49,
49 runs.
24 balls, 49. But tell me his batting figures.
56 or 15.
So that
It's game
okay,
over.
tell me
He
one
gave
thing.
you a
Tell me one thing.
profit.
Tell me one thing. One thing.
And
Before you
Plus, he took
say
2
that,
wickets.
if he batted first, if he batted first and made this runs, okay, he made this run, and Mumbai chased it down by his last over being smashed. Would you still
why are
give
we
him
being
the player of the game?
hypothetical? Why are we being
No,
hypothetical?
I'm just asking you some question.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
Would you
if,
think
still
if,
give
if
him
you
the
think of that
player of the
hypothetical
match?
situation, then you wouldn't give him the man of the match. But I don't think we can talk about hypothetically. We have to talk about the realistic
Yeah,
situation.
I'm just saying. I'm
who
just
will you
pulling
give it
away.
to? Who will you
No,
give it to?
obviously it's him. You
No,
can't.
no, no.
Nobody
You
can
love
bat like
doing this,
that.
but who will you give it to? Tell me.
No, it's him. I'm just kidding with you guys.
There's, there's
I
no way
wouldn't
you
give
can give it anybody
Surya.
else.
I wouldn't give
Look,
Surya.
like over here, his bowling figures, whatever it is, he made it up a double, like 15.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
made it up in 15 deliveries, right? He
100%,
scored
100%.
56 in 15. You can't beat
And
that.
if he
That's one
continued,
hell of
if he
a
the problem is if he the thing is to your hypothetical situation, if he batted like this in the first innings, he would have 4 more overs to go to the 100. So that is the thing that would have happened.
But when you're batting like that, it's very difficult to
Yeah, you would have
get that
probably
signal.
gotten out the next ball,
No, but
but
that's also
yeah.
hypothetical. Don is right. He could have got 100 of 25 balls. But that was sublime hitting, man. I think the best innings of the IPL for me so far. I don't know what you guys think, but
True, true. Who
great,
does
great.
he equalize? Is it Gale?
No, KL Rahul.
KL,
Gale Rahul made
KL
14
Rahul.
balls 50. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Was it
that
against
was also very
Sunrisers?
good. No. I would have
No,
known
I
if it
remember
was.
there was a game where he hit a
There was
very.
a game, but that
I
was
think
like
it was
21
Punjab
balls or
versus
something.
RCB.
I think it was. Yes, I
He
think you're
hit a
right.
quick
I
50
think
against
Punjab
Sunrisers.
Yeah,
RCB.
it was a
Punjab.
day game. It was Punjab versus RCB,
Yeah,
if I'm not
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah, he had 14 deliveries, right?
yeah.
So he's matched that, and I didn't expect that. You know, one thing you mentioned, Ravi Shastri, before the game, he had completely contrary views to you, Punter. He said that Pat Cummins is the best cricketer right now in the world. Like he's the best. So he's like he has to play and everything, and it came out true in the end.
Yeah,
Of
but
course,
his
his wide
chocolate
ball.
analogy really messed with my head. Chocolate almond.
His also Pat Cummins' white ball bowling is something that he can improve on. Maybe like
Yeah,
variations. Maybe he can work
absolutely.
on that. But also maybe try him with the new ball. Just like bowl 3 overs instead of thing. Because
At this point, Umesh Yadav is the only person who's bowling with the new ball. That's the thing.
Exactly.
And then your second option, like the likes of Mavi or they tried Rasidar Salam today. So you can't.
shout out to him, man. He
Yeah,
bowled
yeah,
well.
he
Yeah,
was
he bowled
good. He
pretty
was
well.
good. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
The
He was
problem
taking his
is,
revenge.
yeah,
Mumbai Indians kept him on bench
for
for 2 years.
for 2 years they molded him and everything. Yeah, the problem is that you can't rely on Umesh in the death, so you need a Cummins in the death, and you can't trust only Rasikdar Salam to be your mainstay in the death. So that's why. But the Cummins has to learn to be better. He's a smart cricketer. I'm sure he'll come back better.
Yeah,
And he
and
got a
obviously,
little unlucky. A couple of top edges going for sixes. You really.
yeah.
Yeah, what's with this new thing? 19th over, only just 1 over by Russell. That's it.
Yeah.
Fitness.
No, but they were saying that he's absolutely fit. But
He's
even
fully
though
No,
if
he's
it's
not.
a
He's not. He's
fitness
not.
issue,
Whoever
why is
said
he
that
only
is lying
bowling
to
one
you.
over and the most crucial over of the game?
Whoever said that to you is lying. He's
No,
not.
Bharat said it in the thing in the comment
Yeah,
while he
but
was
on
asked a question.
Who
on the
said it?
ground itself. when
Bharat
he was
the
playing.
bowling coach.
He's lying, bro. He's not fully fit. He's just 2 days ago he was limping, man. He couldn't think. You didn't see in that game. The game they lost. Who did they lose to against
He
RCB?
wasn't limping. He hit his shoulder when
Yeah,
he
and the
fell
shoulder
down.
also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's not fully fit, bro. Otherwise, he'd be bowling. And I think that's the reason why he's bowling that death overs because Umesh Yadav is finished off right in the early on, so they need somebody at the back end, and he's a good death bowler. He's picked up 5 wickets was it in an over in 2 overs in the death last season, so he has that in him.
But yeah, having that option of having 1 or 2 overs from Russell in the end
Yeah.
is
He's a,
almost is worth it.
this is not the first time, but even last year they did it. Like they bowled like 2 overs, 3 overs.
I know he bowls 2 overs, but like this time it's like last 2 games has only been like 1 over, and
The
that's also the
specific
straight 19th
19th.
over.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think he's
what I
fully
was
fit, but he's crazy. But I don't think he's fully fit. Like I think there is thing because
But
there's also
a 50% Andre Russell is still better than
yeah
100% other players.
yeah he's probably 75, 70. We don't know, but I know 100% that it can't be.
I don't think he'll
Whatever
ever be
Romario
100%
Shepherd.
fit.
Romario Shepherd.
Roman Shepherd is 120% fit, but talent-wise,
But let's move on to the tomorrow's preview before we wrap up. And yeah, Don, also just wanted to mention you feel bad for Tilak Verma, man. Hopefully, he should have played for a better franchise. Like he's the only one standing tall
I
for
have only
Mumbai,
two
the only
words for you.
consistent player.
yeah.
We should have.
There's quite he's just looking very very good. Even like we're talking on a good pitch, he was looking very good in a poor like relatively difficult pitch to play with. Also, he stuck around and gave you the goods. He gave Mumbai something to work with.
Also, where they're playing him in the batting order, maybe that's something SRH can learn with Abhishek Sharma. He's
Yeah.
not batting too high, right? He's
Yeah.
coming in the middle after the new ball is done. So maybe that's something that SRH can look at. But tomorrow's game, Lucknow Super Giants versus Delhi Capitals, KL Rahul versus Rishabh Pant. Punter, how do you see this game going?
It'll be a very good game for me because David Warner is also in, and it looks like a pretty well balanced team going on against each other. I feel again toss would make a difference. Whoever's batting second, and if there's due, it will definitely make a difference because both team have power hitters who can go and finish games for you. So hopefully it's even game and toss does not do make much of difference. Then I would like to see Delhi beat Lucknow.
Delhi beat. Any update on Nokia's fitness, Don?
Yeah, apparently he's almost ready to go. He's been training well, so uh, he's in contention. He's available for selection, is what I think. Punter message that
Yeah.
put the message on the thing. Yeah, so he's available for selection.
Yep, and predictions and players to watch out for, Punter.
Obviously, if Warner is playing, I don't see anyone apart Warner.
Ah, but
Go on.
he went unsold in the 100, by the way.
Yeah, Warner, right?
Yeah. So,
I saw
but
that.
of course, there's options are less limited over there, so it's always hard.
Yeah.
But even Babar Azam went unsold. That's a little surprising over there.
Bobby
But
Azam.
yeah, I think I want Rishabh Pant to come to the party. Basically, I feel like this is the matchup between the two young Indians who are looking for the captaincy role, right? So I'd go for these two and see how they perform.
Yeah, Rahul's captaincy. I don't know if it was good against Sunrisers or Sunrisers collapsed, but it's a bit of both. I think he was decent. He made
He
some
was
good changes.
decent, but but I think Sunrisers have only themselves to blame.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah.
Your player to watch out for tomorrow.
Pat Cummins, man. Like
tomorrow,
Tomorrow,
Pat
Pat
Cummins.
Cummins. For throughout the season, Pat Cummins.
Every day, bro, Pat Cummins. It's been a while
Yeah.
since I saw an innings like 15
Why
balls,
don't
man.
you take him in SRH?
Huh?
Why you don't take
No,
him in SRH?
we were busy buying Romario Shepherd.
Yeah, Mario.
Mario.
Bro. We go young team. He's already what 29. Pat Cummins. Yeah, we go young team, bro. So, but yeah, Pat Cummins. I think.
Pat Cummins was bought by Mumbai in one of the seasons, and he didn't turn up. That's
He
the
didn't
reason
turn up,
Mumbai
yeah.
didn't go
Yeah.
for him.
That's the thing, right? With foreign players, if they don't turn up, it becomes a big loss. Like Mitchell Stark also did that to RCB a few times. Peterson did that to Hyderabad twice. I don't know if you know, but Peterson was a Deccan Chargers and the
And
Sunrisers.
Sunrisers, both times he did it.
And he
Yeah,
did
he's
that
like, I'm not going Hyderabad. Sorry.
He wants only Royal Challengers, only Bangalore he wants to go.
Yeah, he won't go Bangalore. I didn't get that.
Bangalore,
And he played
Delhi,
for
or
as
Pune.
well.
Delhi, yeah. Oh, he played for Pune too. Correct.
Yeah, that was strange. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. Thank you so much for joining. Any last thoughts?
No, we
Spare a
still
thought
want
for
to know,
Daniel Sands.
except for Pat Cummins, who's your player of the day for tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, Quentin de Kock and Nokia if he plays. I think that I'm just going random. I have to think about it. I didn't think about it because I've just been thinking about innings today. I'm going to go watch the highlights. Don, I'm sure you're going to watch it as well. I'm not sure about Punter, but that was
The
some
last
innings.
15 was all highlights only.
It was a great innings. Whoever hasn't seen it, please watch it. But of course, the banter will continue. We also on the receiving end, but I think it was an amazing innings. So you should watch it for sure.
Pandar,
Your
sit
prediction?
down.
Who's winning tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who's winning tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Delhi Capitals versus Lucknow. Delhi, I think, might win.
Yeah. I want Delhi to win. I just don't want any team
Yeah,
to go
you
with
do,
the
bro.
points.
Yes, we all want Delhi to win. We all
Because they have only 2 points, no? So they'll become to 4. So we'll have some hope that if एक game जीते तो अपन are not far behind, sort of.
Yeah. No, I think this Lucknow team is
True.
also very dangerous. Stoin is yet to come, like we always
The
mentioned. Holder has
Stoinis, yeah.
Holder picking up 3 wickets, so this team is very good. It's not going to be easy to beat them, but I just feel that Delhi need to win, right? Like they can't like keep losing games.
Who do you remove in this LSG team to bring in a Stoinis? Because you can remove an Indian, but you can't remove Badoni now after his performance. So who do you remove?
But who are the Lewis, Holder?
They have
Uh,
only three.
who's the third?
They only have
Their
three.
fast bowler.
No, they have Andrew Ty also, buddy.
Oh, they play
Third, who's
tie.
the fourth?
So
So
I think Lewis did injure himself last game.
so maybe Lewis then automatically
Yeah, and place 20 is one down. But whoever it is, even if it's take out Manish Pandey, bro. I don't know what you're
Quinton Lewis,
Yeah.
Ty, and
Quentin Lewis, Holder, and Andrew Ty.
Holder and Ty.
You can take out Andrew Ty. They have a Rajput or someone. They have an extra bowler there, an Indian bowler, maybe.
Yeah, Ankit
Mohsin
Rajput, yeah.
Mohsin bowled well last time.
Mohsen, yeah, they have options.
Yeah, Andrew
Otherwise,
Ty
take
is
out
bowling
Manish
well
Pandey,
for them.
man. What are you doing with Manish Pandey? If he plays 20, 30 deliveries, they're screwed. They're lucky he's only playing 8, 10 deliveries a game.
No, but I think yeah, that's a point. If Evan Lewis is injured, I think that's an automatic switch
Yeah.
because he comes in and then Manish Pandey will play at three, and then you just have one person go up a little bit up the order.
Yep, sounds.
But I'm not sure about it. But yes, I remember he was fielding in the last game and he did something to his leg,
Yeah,
and there was
I
ice
think I
pack
was
out
ice pack on the back,
at the
yeah.
boundary.
He needs
Yeah.
to play one more game because the Stoinis is not ready till tomorrow. He's only going to be available from Monday.
Absolutely,
For
yeah.
Monday, yeah. Yeah. All right, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you guys for joining me. It was good fun, and I will catch you tomorrow, hopefully. Take
Take
care,
care,
guys.
boss.